संकीर्तन की
वैष्णव वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभा की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Sound is coming? Give the mic also. You have a mic with you? I can see that.
शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं
So, very happy to be here at VSK, Vaishnav Seva Kunj farm. His Grace Leelanand Prabhu and His Grace Anuradha Premataji have been building this family of Vaishnavas bigger and bigger year after year. So much so that this farmhouse is full now, filled with Vaishnavas now. I don't know what will Leelanand Prabhu do after 2 more years when strength becomes double. Let us make a bigger one. So all are comfortable in English now, isn't it? Should I speak in English? Okay. See, Lord Krishna appears in this world personally, as you all know, in various incarnations. And in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, why Krishna comes in this world? Because he wants to show people how he looks like. Because there are impersonalists who say God is impersonal and there is nobody out there and we are only God. And ultimately we merge into impersonal Brahman and we become one with impersonal Brahman. All these kinds of wrong philosophies are propagated by impersonalists. So Krishna wants to nullify their false philosophy. Therefore, he personally descends in this world. And because the demoniac interpreters of Bhagavad Gita, they always try to deny the form of God. And they try to present themselves as God. So Krishna comes in this world to show people how I look like. See the beautiful form. Venum kvanantamaravindalayataaksham bhargavatam samachitam buddha sundarangam kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. So Venu Pananta means he plays on his flute. Brahma says this. Lord Krishna plays on his flute, Venam Kunantam, Aravinda Dalayataksham, his eyes are like lotus petals. Barhavatamsam, he has a peacock feather on his forehead. Asitam Buddha Sundarangam, his body is of the color of fresh monsoon cloud. And Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visheshobham. Even crores of Kandarpa's beauty cannot match with his beauty. In fact, the Kandarpa means the Madan who has a sugarcane bow and a flower arrow. He goes to Dwaraka to attract Krishna to the queens of Dwaraka, but he himself, seeing Krishna's beauty, he faints unconscious, putting his bow down. So that comes in many places in the Bhagavatam. Madanopiyasam. There is one verse in 1st canto, 11th chapter. Uddam Baba Vishnamala Valguhasa Vrida Avaloka Nihato Madanopiyasam Sammukhya Chapam Ajahat Pramadot Tamasta Yasyendriyam Vimatitum Kuhakaina Shekuhu. See, a third line says this. Sammukhya Chapam Ajahat Prabodotama. He says that he was carrying the bow and arrow and the bow and arrow of Madan fell down. Seeing Krishna's beauty, he fell unconscious, he says. So, that is the Lord's beauty. See, when this Vrindavan Chandra manifested in Pune, whom you see here, so the devotee went to, the sculptors and stayed for almost 2 to 3 months. So, he had given him the photos of Radha Madhava and Radha Shyam Sundar and Radha Gopinath. He said the Lord should combine the beauty of all the three. So then Radha Vrindavan Chandra manifested. There should be enough space between Lord's body and the hand so that you can put garland inside. He had specifically mentioned to make sure that you see the garland is the Lord's hand. So this is the way Brahmaji describes the Lord looks like. Alola Chandra Kalasad Vanamalya Vamshi Ratnangadam Pranaya Kelikala Vilasam Shyamam Tribhangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. He's saying the Lord's forehead is like a crescent moon. The Lord's forehead is like a crescent moon. Alola Chandra Kalasad And he wears a Vaijayanti Mala, which is made of 5 flowers. Vanamalya Vamshi. Vamshi means he has a flute. Rattangadam, he wears beautiful jewelry in his chest, in his arms, and in his lotus feet. And he has a jeweled belt. Alola Chandra Kalasat Vanamalya Vamshi Barga. Ratnangadam Pranaya Kelikala Vilasam. Shyamam Tribangalalitam. So his color is Shyamam. Again he says. And Tribangalalitam. He has a bend in threefold bend. One bend in the neck, one bend in the hip, one bend in the leg. So this threefold bending form, very beautiful. Generally, when you are in NCC, you stand erect. Whereas when you are at home talking to mother, father, brother, sister, you bend your neck. So bending the neck and hearing is a sign of casual dealing, which means when you are in a very comfortable mode. There is no, it's not like NCC march, you have to salute or anything. So Lord is showing such a bend in the neck and the hip, and putting his leg like this, is standing Tribanga Lalitam. So in this way, Brahmaji is describing the form of Krishna, and Krishna appears in the same form 5,000 years ago in this world, to show to the world how I look like, and what are my activities, what pastimes do I do in the spiritual world, and how I exhibit love for my devotees, and how my devotees reciprocate love with me. That's what Kunti Manani also says, that Bhavesmin klishyamananam avidya kama karma vihi shravana smaranarhani karishtyaniti kechana shanvanti gayanti grinantya vikšnashah smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaha tayeva pashyanta chirena tavakam bhava prabaho paramam padambujam. She is telling, if anybody hears these pastimes of Krishna, in Vrindavan, in Mathura, in Dwaraka and all, Shrinvanti, Gayanti means if they speak it to others, Grinanti, they chant the holy names of the Lord, and Nandanti, if they delight in seeing others also becoming devotees. Tavehitam jana, tayeva pashyanti achirena tavakam. They are the ones who will see your lotus feet in this world. She's telling. Otherwise, nobody can ordinarily see Krishna's lotus feet in this world. Those who are hearing about Krishna regularly, those who are speaking his glories, those who are remembering it, and those who are repeating it to others with great shraddha and with great delight. Tayeva pashyanti acharena tavakam. Very soon they will see Krishna's lotus feet in their hearts. And bhava pravaho uparamam. They will go beyond this bhava pravaha of the samsara sagara. They will go beyond that, she says. So, Krishna comes in this world. And not only he comes, he also gives the scriptures. Then he knows that when I am leaving, there will be records kept about Lord's pastimes, like Mahabharata, Ramayana, or Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranas. So, there is one verse, very nice verse by Kaviraj Goswami. Maya Mugdha Jivirnahi Swata Krishna Jnaan Atayeva Kripa Koila Krishna Veda Puran is saying. We are all called Maya Mugdha Ji. Maya Mugdha Ji means, we are blind, as if blindfolded in this world. We are unable to see the spiritual truths in this world. We are covered because the reason will come, I will tell you later. Why we can't see the spiritual truths very easily. But because of which, to know the truth, Lord takes pity on us, and he has given scriptures. Veda, Puran, all these things he has given. Kripai Koila, out of compassion for us. So, not only he comes and goes, he leaves behind the record of his activities, which we can read and relish, and then become connected to him. So, the scriptures are called as love letter of Krishna for the jivas. And our chanting Hare Krishna is our love letter to Krishna. Only thing is, we don't know that often. One time, His Holiness Hanuman Preksha Swami Maharaj had come to Pune. So he was telling that if your chanting is horrible, you actually get a fruit of your chanting. If you go to spiritual world, Krishna will look very ugly. And you will ask Krishna, hey, I heard you are the most beautiful. Why are you so ugly? This is why you chanted about me. I reciprocate with your chanting. And then the devotee may be shocked. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I never knew that my horrible chanting will produce a horrible Krishna like you. Then the devotee is asking Krishna, how long will I have to live with you? Eternally you have to live with me. Krishna says, so the devotee will be shocked. He was just joking like that. Of course, Krishna is always very beautiful. But the point is what? If we are aware of Krishna and his sweetness and his position, we will be able to lovingly worship him. But oftentimes we feel a gap between our everyday life in the company and at home and the spiritual life with Krishna. There seems to be a very big gap. So our today's session will be focused on how to remove this gap and see the presence of Krishna in our life at every moment. That is the goal of our today's session. You see, uh, when it comes to our material life, uh, we we are very very attentive, and we do things very meticulously. When it comes to spiritual life, we become often casual and inattentive and careless when it comes to Krishna. So in the scriptures, it is said that Krishna wants us to uh, feel our connection with Him exactly like a mother feels connection to her own child, or a friend feels very strong connection to his own friend, or a wife feels very strong connection to her own husband, or children feel connection for the father. So that is actually called as Anyonyata, we call it. There is one verse. Uh, uh, Itam Yashoda Tamasesha Shekaram Matva Sutam Sneha Nibaddha Dindrapa. See the second line. Matva Sutam means Yashoda considered Krishna her own son. Matva Sutam. And how she considered like that, like her own son. Sneha Nibaddha Dhir Nripa, he says. Sneha means intense love. Nibaddha means bound. Dhi means intelligence. So Sneha Nibaddha Dhi means she had a transcendently imbued intelligence. Who? Yashoda. You can easily remember this. IIT, you all know. Opposite of IIT is TII. Transcendently imbued intelligence. It's called as Krishna Bhava Rasa Bhavitamati. Krishna Rasa Bhavitamati is called as transcendently imbued intelligence. So when we all get that transcendently imbued intelligence, in that intelligence we can feel a very strong connection to Krishna. At the moment we have materially imbued intelligence, which strongly connects with material things of this world, with the type of car I own, the type of bungalow in which I live, with the type of the name of my housing colony. What is that? My home avatar? What is that? My avatar or my home avatar? Huh? Yeah, I hope. Thankfully, it is not my avatar. My home avatar. So we may identify with the house we live in. We may identify with the car we possess. We may identify with our mother and father and the wife and children. We may identify with the village in which our grandparents lived. We may identify with our bodily pigment. I am black or white. We may identify with the degrees we have acquired. So we have a very strong connection to the material commodities in this world. Now, Bhakti Yoga means to become free from these material upadhis, and to very strongly identify with Krishna and Krishna related things. See, Krishna and Krishna's parents, Krishna's friends, Krishna's Vrindavan. Which are Krishna's favorite animals? Cows. Which is Krishna's favorite river? Which is Krishna's favorite mountain? Yeah. So which is the favorite forest of Krishna in which Krishna plays the Murali? It's called Kadamakanan. Yeah, Kadamakanan. So, what is the famous tree under which Krishna stands and plays the flute? Vamshiva tree. Vamshiva tree. Yeah. So, these are Krishna and Krishna's favorites in the spiritual world. So, if our consciousness becomes imbued with these things, then transcendently imbued intelligence. In that intelligence, we can see what Brahmaji is telling. This one, I'll just show you one more.
कान्तः परमपुरुषः कल्पतरोतु भूमिश्चित्तानि गणमयी योऽयममृतम् कथागानं नाट्यं गमनमपि वंशीप्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तदा स्वाद्यमपि च यत्र क्षीराग्निः समति सुरभीर्यस्य सुमहान् निमेषार्धाख्यो वा यजति नहि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहमिह गोलोकमियम् विदन्तस्ते सन्तः क्षितिविरचाराः
This song is written by Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita, describing the supreme planet Goloka.
Nice. The last verse of Brahma Samhita. So, just as you saw now, this gives all the description of. In the spiritual world also there are trees. In the material world also there are trees. But spiritual world the trees are. What is the difference? Kalpavriksha trees. Yeah, they're called Kalpavriksha trees. Prabhupada says here you ask for go to a banana tree and ask for banana, he'll give you banana. If you ask for a mango, he'll give you banana again. Yeah. If you ask for apple again, he'll give you banana one. And Prabhupada says, what is the reason? Because he is inattentive, he says. The jivas in this world are not attentive to serve. Whereas in spiritual world, Kalpavriksha tree will give you whatever desire you have. No? It can fulfill. Actually, Vaishnavas are called Kalpataru for one reason. Because you will see that, like Leland Pond is good wife, if you bring a newcomer, they will talk with them differently. And if they talk to devotees, they will talk differently. And with the top leaders, senior most people, they will talk differently. And why they talk differently? Because they know what each person needs. Like sometimes your guest comes to your home. You find, when the grandmother has come, grandfather has come, and their son and wife and children have come. So children, they will open the fridge and give them ice cream or something for the children. Or some special cake or something they will give. And to the husband, wife, they will tell them, come and eat your lunch. And to the grandmother, they will give some liquid. So that's what she can drink. She has no teeth. She'll drink some juice or something like that. So they serve all people equally by serving them differently, according to their need. So Kalpavriksha trees in spiritual world, whatever you ask, according to your desire to serve Krishna, they will provide you. The spiritual world. Similarly, the cows in spiritual world, how are they different? They are Surabhi cows, yeah. How are the Surabhi cows in spiritual world different than the cows in material world? Material world, the cows have a limit of milk. They give you 4 liters or 6 liters or 10 liters milk. In spiritual world, they give how many liters? Unlimited supply of milk. And when do they give, morning or evening? Any time of the day. All day, every day, any quantity of milk you can get from the Surabhi cows in spiritual world. That's speciality, the spiritual world. Not only that, in the spiritual world, everyone and everything is conscious. His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj was telling, in Vrindavan, if Yashoda put rice in a vessel and went to the garden to fetch some flowers to make a garland for Krishna, the rice will speak to Yashoda. Yashoda, I am ready now, I am cooked already. Spiritual world, everybody is so conscious. Nobody is unconscious. Like if you come to the entrance of the door will automatically open. How? Somebody may say, what is so great about it? Even airport door opens. But the airport door is opening because sensors are placed. Correct? When you block the sensor pathway, then the door opens. Listen, in spiritual world, there is no sensor. The sensor, the door themselves are conscious. They see that somebody wants to come in, so they open immediately. People are so conscious, meticulous in everything they do. Spiritual world, and everybody lives only for the pleasure of Krishna only. Everybody is thinking how to serve, satisfy, and please Krishna. See, what is the difference between serve, satisfy, and please? Say, for example, I told one devotee, go take this devotee to the kitchen. Prasadam time was over. Like you all had prasad in the morning. After the prasad is over, I told one devotee, take him to kitchen, give him prasad. So he took him to kitchen, opened the bureau, took out the prasadam buckets, and he gave him in a plate. He said, all right, enough now, enough, he asked. And the devotee said, yes, Prabhuji, at least for now it is enough, he said. And that fellow put the bucket inside, locked it, and went away. But this fellow, after eating prasad, he wanted little more, but the fellow was not around. Then later on, I called him, I asked him, did you took prasad? Yes, Prabhuji, I took. He said, I asked you, why you look so sad after eating prasad? He said, Prabhuji, I wanted, khichdi was so nice, I wanted half a plate more. But the fellow you sent me, so did he serve you or not? Yes, Prabhuji, he served me, but I was not satisfied, he said. Then I told the devotee, you should not only serve the devotees, you should satisfy means what you do, you take the bucket, serve him, after he finishes, again you come back and ask, you want more? And he says, just little more, give him little more. After it's fully finished, enough, fully finished, you don't want anything more? No. Then you keep it inside. Then you have satisfied him. Please means what? You give him plate and you sit next to him and talk to him. Where are you coming from, Prabhu? How is everything? Did you see the temple? Now tell me more about it. Talk to him. You make him feel at home. And then after that, when he's washing the hands and going, they both have become very well connected and become good friends. That means you are trying to please. So we have to actually serve, satisfy, and please. In spiritual world, everybody tries to do which one? First one or third one? Third one, please. They try to please. Try to please Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. That is spiritual work. So in our life also, we should make an effort to serve, satisfy, and please. So spiritual world is like that. And everybody, their heart is very fond of Krishna. They don't put themselves in the center. They put Krishna in the center. That's the speciality of spiritual world. Material, everybody puts themselves in the center. Therefore, there is always fight. So, anyway, when Krishna descends in this world, the spiritual world also descends. Similar things you can see when Krishna appears in Vrindavan Dham. And also, all these pastimes are recorded very beautifully. So, actually, Shastras say that the goal of life is only one thing. Who knows that? What is the ultimate goal of life? Okay, somebody says to go back to Godhead. Anybody else can say anything more?
Back home, back to God.
Back home, back to Godhead. She said, very good. Anybody else? Yeah? She's saying bhakti, she says. Yeah? Yeah? To please Krishna, okay? Yeah? Liberation? Okay? Liberation, okay? So she's saying to establish our lost relationship with Krishna. Very good. All are correct. Let us see. Anything more? Remember Krishna. Krishna Prem. Okay. Actually, the goal of life is to awaken love for Krishna. See, if you awaken love for Krishna, then you will want to serve him. If you love him, you will want to serve him. But in our current stage, are we feeling love for him? No, that's a very advanced platform. So if you don't love him, at least you should like him. What is the difference between liking and love? Love is very advanced. Love means, as you say, if you love somebody, you will never say that because I love this person, I gave my heart to this person. You won't say. You will say that because I love this person, I lost my heart to that person. You will say. Have you seen in the t-shirt, I lost my heart? Mm-hmm. Why the word lost is said? If you love a person, suddenly you see your heart is not there. Gone. Stolen away by that person. That means you love that person. Now, if you love a person, your heart is sold out. You lose your heart, it is said. That's a very advanced platform. Like means what? You observe the person and you may not have so much love, but you have some liking. Certain things. These things I like in this person. At least like is one step below love. But it is not as good as love, but like is also better. But some people may not like Krishna also for one reason. Because they have many doubts about Krishna. when we have many doubts about Krishna, if you have doubts about a person's character, can you love him? You cannot. You're suspicious about him. Although people may tell you, please chant Hare Krishna and bow down to Krishna, you may do everything externally, but if you have doubts, you cannot love him. Therefore, the Shastras say, first, the doubts have to be cleared. Therefore, we have to study the Shastra. And like I had a doubt once. Krishna was entering Mathura, and then he went to a dhobi shop and asked, can I take these clothes for me and Balaram? These are very colorful, beautiful clothes. Dhobi said, hey, impudent boys, these clothes belong to Kamsa. If you ever ask for these clothes, I will report to Kamsa and you will be at once arrested. Like that he spoke. When Krishna heard it, he smiled. He took his hand and kept in the neck of that dhobi. Next moment, the dhobi's head flew off. My Lord, I put the Krishna book down when I read it. Kept on the table. I didn't read further. I was shocked. I was thinking, if I was in dhobi's position, what would have happened? Krishna will cut off my head just because I am not giving him clothes. And the dhobi didn't say anything wrong. The clothes were whose clothes? Kamsa's clothes only. He said the right thing. And maybe the dhobi is not aware Krishna is God. What kind of God is he? He's a head-cutting God. He's cutting the head, and just because he didn't give clothes. So when doubts like that arise, will you be able to love Krishna? That doubt becomes an inhibition in loving Krishna. Then I asked many devotees. People said, hey, don't ask such cross questions and all. Whatever is there in scripture, you have to just accept it. Scriptures are sacred, you have to just accept it. 1 week later, fortunately, I got one magazine called one magazine called the Kathamrita Bindu. Krishna Kathamrita Bindu. In that magazine I opened, there was a pastime which said that the dhobi in Mathura is the same dhobi who lived in Ayodhya. This Ayodhya dhobi, who actually spoke ill of Rama. He had told that although Sita lived in Lanka for several months, Rama accepted her shamelessly, without considering that she must have been engaged with Ravana. So I am not like Rama that I will accept you. He told his wife. His wife was away somewhere and then she came next morning. So she had gone to another village. She got stranded. She couldn't return back that night. She came back next morning. He doubted her character and he rejected her. And this was heard by one jasus, one spy, one durmukh. So he heard it and came and told Ram that I found one fellow said about you like this. So Ram immediately arranged for Sita to be taken away from the palace, to be kept in the ashrama of Valmiki. So when I read that, when I read Ramayana first time, I really cried. Sita is so dear to Ram, and just now she has come back to the palace. Pattabhishek has just happened. Why can't Sita and Ram stay together peacefully? This dhobi, we should beat him up, I thought. When I was in my school days, when I first time read. And that too, I wanted to meet Rama and say, why are you taking dhobi's word so seriously? Put that fellow behind the bars. No. Of course, how will I meet Ram? How will I tell him? I never knew that. But now I came to know that same dhobi came in Krishna Lila, whom Krishna wanted clothes, he didn't give, so Krishna touched his head. And so that time Rama, did he punish the dhobi? Now he got punishment next life. When I heard it, I started dancing in ecstasy after that. I said, very good. Now my doubts about Krishna was, so you clear the doubts, then you can walk ahead in spiritual life. Correct, no? See, when Krishna is dancing with the gopis in Vrindavan, at that time when Shukadeva Goswami started the lecture, Bhagavan apite ratri sharadot fulla mallikaha, he said, in that Sharad Ritu, in the forest of Vrindavan, Krishna stood below the Vamshiva tree and played on his flute. And all the gopis in Vrindavan immediately rushed to the Vamshiva tree, and in that full moon night, that Purnima, Krishna danced with the gopis. Like that one shloka he said. Who? Shukadeva Goswami. As soon as some of the people in the lecture heard it, they were jnanis and yogis and karmis. They were not bhaktas, some other people who were attending the lecture of Shukadeva Goswami. Actually, the lecture of Shukadeva Goswami was for one very important person. Who is that? Parikshit. It was for him. But others also came and sat. So when they heard it, they were raising their eyebrows. What is this? How can God perform some irreligious activity? He is dancing with some girls. He is saying, how can we accept it? So seeing that situation, Parikshit raised a question. After looking at everybody, he asked a question. He asked, Krishnam viduparam kantam natu brahmataya mune tasam guna pravaho paramaha tasam gunadiyam katam. He's asking, did gopis know Krishna is God? Or did they see him as a beautiful boy and they loved him? Were the gopis driven by Rajaguna? Just they wanted to dance with some beautiful boy? Or these gopis were advanced enough to understand Krishna as God and they saw themselves as his devotees? And besides that, why God should do such activities like dancing with girls on a full moon night? Will it not lead to misunderstanding? Like that he asked. Who? Parikshit asked. In response, Shukdev Goswami said, Parikshit, what are you asking? Carrying Krishna in their hearts, the brahmacharis and sannyasis, they walk on the surface of the globe without becoming contaminated by attraction for the opposite sex. If these sadhus can remain pure, carrying Krishna in their hearts, how can Krishna be impure? He asked a question. Krishna is like the sun. When the sun falls on a urine or stool, it evaporates it and renders that place clean. It is antiseptic. It's clean. But does the sun get polluted? Sun doesn't get polluted. It's always pure. Sun also remains pure. It makes the place also pure. And then he told, when did Krishna dance with the gopis? In the age of 7, he lifted the Govardhan hill. In the age of 8, he danced with the gopis. Then Parikshit asked, yes, that is true. I heard he danced at the age of 8. 8-year-old boy is a small boy. How can any kind of improper attraction awaken between him and the gopis? And then Shukadeva Goswami explained step by step by step. You will see that in this world, no beautiful woman can attract Krishna. Because in this world, if a Shudra is marrying Shudra Shudrani, their match they do is a sex match they do. If you see the Vaishyas, they do match of money, like Marwadis and such kinds of people and all. You know Agarwal, Goyal and families and all, they see the status they will see naturally when they have to give a daughter in marriage. And if you see Kshatriyas, they will see strength, they will see you have to subdue a bull. Or you have to go to the forest and slap a tiger and bring it. Or the tiger should run away seeing you. Generally, they will give a girl in marriage. Nowadays, nobody can marry if it is such conditions are kept, isn't it? So, and a Brahmana will marry home. When what match they see, they will see character. Gunavati. The girl has to be a Gunavati. She should be a woman who is chaste, pure, faithful, highly qualified by good qualities of submissiveness and ability to sing very nice ragas, ability to dance, ability to becoming with good sanskaras and all that they will see Brahmanas. But if Krishna has to have a girl matching him, none of these 4 things are sufficient for him. He has to have somebody whose heart is full of pure, genuine love. And there is not even an iota of any material motivations. Only such a person can marry Krishna. Krishna didn't find anybody like that. Therefore, from his own body, on his left side, he created Radharani. Like you see Radha and Krishna. Radharani comes from Krishna's left-hand side. He expands as Shakti. So he is Shaktiman and Radharani is Shakti. So she is Supreme Shakti and we are all minute Shaktis. So who are we? We are part and parcel of Krishna. And in our heart resides a love for Krishna, which is part and parcel of Radharani's love. So Radharani is how much devotion? Ocean of devotion. And we have how much devotion? Drop of devotion. So our devotion is a part and parcel of Radharani's devotion. And our identity is part and parcel of Krishna's identity. Is that clear to everybody? This is the way Krishna has created the world. So Shukadeva Goswami explained that what do you think is this rasa dance? In this rasa dance, even Shiva wants to participate. He dressed like a gopi. Shiva goes and seeks permission because at the entrance door, Sometimes you have a screening committee, correct, no? So Lalita Vishaka was standing at the entrance door. They said everybody will not be allowed to join Rasa dance. The person who is entering into Rasa Nritya, their heart should be free from any material motivation, not even a tinge of material motives. Pure-hearted people only will be allowed. So Shiva went with wearing a sari and everything. They asked, who is this gopi? He looks new. We have not seen. Who are you? He said, my name is, Gopishwar. He said, my name is Gopishwar Mahadev. He said, Gopishwar, who is this gopi? They were thinking. Suddenly the snake popped out like this. And they got frightened. Immediately they called Krishna. Krishna said, hey, this is Lord Shiva. And he told Shiva, see, if you go with the snake in the rasa dance, all gopis will get frightened. Better you also stand at the door only. Shiva also stood at the door. So he was also allowed to join the screening committee with Lalita and Vishaka also. And you will find there is one verse in the prayer of Nagapatnis. Nagapatnis are praying, Kasyanubhavo nadeva vidmahe Tavangrirenusparashadhikara Yadvanchaya Shri Lalana Charatapo Vihaya Kaman Suchiram Vrita. Beautiful verse. They are saying, Kasyanubhavo nadeva vidmahe. Krishna, we cannot understand. How are you dancing on the hoods of Kaliya? Kaliya is a sinful and envious snake who has really polluted the Yamuna and he's killed so many coward boys. And he's trying to kill you also. He's a vicious fellow, dangerous fellow, and you are climbing on his hoods and putting the dust of your lotus feet on his heads. So we can't understand. Your mercy is generally awarded to very sincere devotees. But he is not a sincere devotee. We don't know what punyam, kim taptam, kim punyam, like that. They said, what punya he has done, what tapasya has done. Then why are we giving him the mercy? And they couldn't understand the reason why Krishna is giving mercy to that Kaliya. Because they said, this dust of your lotus feet is aspired for by Lakshmi also. Yadu vanchaya Shri Lalana Acharattapo. Lakshmi, if you go to Vrindavan, even today you will find on this side of Yamuna, there is a Lakshmi's temple. Generally, how do you find Lakshmi? Lakshmi is like this. And what is coming out from the hand? Gold coins. You have seen how many of you have seen that picture? Lakshmi giving out gold coins. Yeah. Whereas in that temple, she is not sitting like this. She is sitting like this, looking towards Vrindavan. She is begging the Vrajabasis, please give me entry into rasa dance. She says, my husband Vishnu is very serious. He is always standing with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. But the same Vishnu in another form as Krishna is in a very sportive mood, playful mood, dancing mood. So I don't want to be in Vaikuntha just sitting next to Vishnu, doing like this always. I also want to go and dance. So she wants entry into rasa dance also. But for that she is praying like this with folded palms. That's the only place you will find in the world Lakshmi praying. But she is praying to whom? Vrajabasis. Vrajabasis. So in December month you will see Vrajabasis go to Lakshmi and they feed her khichdi. Actually Lakshmi eats basmati rice in Vaikuntha. But here they are feeding her with khichdi because to train her to enter Vrindavan. So that's what they are saying. If Lakshmi cannot get the dust off your feet, how is it that this Kaliya got? How Kaliya could get? Anybody knows the answer for this question? How Kaliya, on his sinful head, he got Krishna's lotus feet? The dust of Krishna's lotus feet. Anybody knows? She's saying Garuda's mercy, she's saying. Of course, by Garuda's slap, Kaliya came to take shelter in Yamuna. That much is true. Wives are devotees. All of you give one Haribol for him. Haribol. Wives of Kaliya were devotees, and to please the wives of Kaliya, Krishna gave mercy to Kaliya also, and made him a devotee also. So that means you can see Lakshmi is trying to enter rasa dance, Shiva is trying to enter rasa dance, Brahma and Indra and all are along with their wives flying in the sky and showering flowers over the rasa dance. You can see that. And Krishna danced this rasa dance when he was an 8-year-old boy with the gopis. And the gopis who are dancing in rasa dance were all pure devotees. They had not even a tinge of material desire. So what is the meaning of material desire? I will explain to you just now, very soon. See, there are two classes of people in this world called escapists and exploiters. Exploiter and escapist. If I tell you a story, you will understand this meaning of this exploiter and escapist. Once there was a Jamindar who had a servant. This servant, when Jamindar would be in station, he would always be absent. And Jamindar will always ask, where is this fellow? I don't find him. So he has to shout, he has to yell, he has to make a phone call. Then he may come and do some work, but he will always be calm sure. He will not do the work. He will always be out. When Jamindar is out of station, then he will come to the Jamindar's bungalow. He'll find out where is silver, where is gold, how I can steal. So when Jamindar is away, he will loot. And when Jamindar is in station, he'll be out. He will not do the service. This is example of a, escapist who escapes from the work at home. Correct, no? Yeah. And when Jamindar is away, he becomes an exploiter. Correct, no? Because he's looting. When Jamindar is at home, he becomes an escapist. So these two tendencies were there with the unsurrendered servant of the Jamindar. One who was not desirous to serve him. He had no love for Jamindar. He was there only for either enjoying or escaping. Escape from service and enjoy everything oneself, like that. It's called escapist and enjoyer. In this world, you will find there are 99, don't get me wrong, I'm going to tell you a blunt truth now. 99% of the religion is think of Krishna as an order supplier. Order supplier means, give me this, give me that. That kind of people only, 99%. There's a song also, Sukh Sampati Gar, where you heard that song? Kastamite Tanaka. That means, Krishna, my body is paining, please massage my body and make it all right. Kastamite Tanaka, they say. And Sukha Sampati Gara, where you get the wealth. So these are the kind of prayers you will find. Many people. And another interesting thing, people will not go to temple unless there is a problem. Typically, pious people. Like one fellow went to temple and said, oh God, please pass me in my exam. I'm in third year, he said. So he passed the exam. In fourth year, he went to temple and said, oh God, please get me a placement. All my friends are placed, I am not placed. He was placed. Then he became very happy. Then he got a job. After 4 years, again he went to temple and said, oh God, all my friends are promoted. My friends are becoming team lead. I am not team lead. Please make me team lead. God blessed him, so he became a team lead. After 5 years, again he went, oh God, please make me a project manager. He became project manager. Then again he went, oh God, I'm already 33, not yet married. So no match is coming. Parents are worried. Please get me married. So he got married. And after 5 years, again he went, oh God, marriage is over. But 5 years are over, no child. All friends are asking, what happened, no child. So at least one child you give me, so that I can prove to people I also have a child. So then God said, okay, tadastu. Once he got a son, 15 years he didn't go to temple. God was wondering, where is that fellow? God? He's not showing up only. Then again he came, God said, okay, what do you want now? Please get engineering seat for my son. Then what? Pass him also an exam. Then what? Give him a job also. See, this is a kind of typical people you will find amongst religionists. These people treat God as an order supplier. That means there is order and you supply my order. See, when we were in convent school also, we have done this kind of thing. Oh Lord, hallowed be thy name. Give us our daily bread. Like they used to sing a song. You know that? Very, very fervently give. Prabhupada says, even for atheistic people also God is giving bread. Why should you ask for bread? You go to the forest, there are millions of fruits. The birds come and pick up 1 or 2 fruits and go. Many fruits are falling on the ground. God is so kind. He is producing more fruits than what his children need. He is producing so much. You will see that. Like you will see, why God sends so many fruits? Because he is worried that my children should not starve. Let them have enough. Like whenever I would go home, my mother would pack prasadam for the journey. And often I found she would pack as much as what 5 people can eat. I asked my mother once on phone, why are you wasting prasad like this? I am only one man, I am going, why are you packing so much? She said, no, you should not fall short. I thought you should have enough prasad. 3 times you will take in the train. I gave you, she will give this much. Just like mother's love for the child, you can see, in the same manner God's love for Jews can be seen in this world. Gives abundantly, he sends everything. So it's not that you have to ask for bread and then he will give you. You ask small boy, does he have to ask for bread from the mother? What's your name? Yeah? So Ritvik doesn't have to ask mother for the bread. Without asking, mother calls the child and gives the food. Correct, no? If winter season comes, mother calls the child and puts a sweater. better have this sweater. The winter is very cold. Like if she is going to school, your mother will get the uniform for you, correct? She will get the shoes for you, everything. So you will see that. Parents do all these things without even being asked for. Then one may say, then why should we go to temple then? Then what are we supposed to do? Purpose is go to temple to develop love for God. That is right. Children have to learn to love the parents, not demand from the parents. Without demanding, actually parents should love the children and do everything. Children should love the parents and serve them. They should not think that what can I get out of parents. Parents are thinking, after my son becomes engineer, what can I get out of him? That is not a very good consciousness. Both should think about how to serve each other. So you will find that escapist exploiter, I told you, in this world, exploiter means those who go to temple only to demand God. Therefore, we say God gives and forgives. We get and forgive. These people take it and they forget after that. Only when they have problem, they remember God like that. This is a very low platform it is. And another category of people are impersonalists. They want to get moksha, liberation. Okay, some of you told the word liberation. But liberation is also condemned. Can you say why? Why is liberation condemned by our acharyas? You have mic. Mataji said the correct answer. Once you tell the mic, you can tell. Huh? Where is the box? Little bit, if you allow, it will come, I think. Yeah, it's coming now. Yeah, this much it will come. Once you can tell the answer in the mic.
Hare Krishna. The service attitude must be there throughout our next life also. And we are not getting service in the liberation form. Therefore, it is not advisable.
Yeah, correct. Haribol. See, moksha means what? I am suffering, so please free me from suffering. That's all one is praying. That means, free me from the cycle of birth and death, and I want to go to Brahman, and then Shanti, correct? One man asked me, Swamiji, are you from Om Shanti? I said, no, I am from Hare Krishna, I told him. So then I told him, Om Shanti means you will get only peace. And if you say Hare Krishna, you will get love. I asked him, which one you want? So he said, I'm not sure about both. Can you explain? He asked me. I said, if I pinch your body all over, you get pain. And I tell you, okay, sit down, I will not pinch you. That is called Om Shanti. Correct? Now, that means you are not suffering anymore. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. But if I come to you and say, take this vati of 4 gulab jamuns, that is Hare Krishna. That means I show my affection to you by giving you something very wonderful to eat. You are getting something positive. So, Shanti means from negative axis you come to zero. And Hare Krishna chanting means going from zero to positive axis. How many of you understood this now? Understand? You understood that, yeah. You understand, no? So, therefore, both, you understood, huh? Okay. Actually, this is not very difficult to understand. Even in a home also, you'll find my Guru Maharaj will ask any couple comes to meet him. Maharaj will, in those days, couples could meet Maharaj directly and take advice. One couple would come to Maharaj. Maharaj will ask them, so, your home is Kurukshetra or Vrindavan? I will ask. Maharaj, home is Kurukshetra, therefore we have come to you. Some devotees would say like that. So, Kurukshetra means negative axis, correct, no? So, 0 and 0, 0. Sometimes there is a quarrel between husband and wife, they are a negative axis. Now the quarrel has stopped because they both agreed that we will not quarrel, you live in that room, I live in this room. That is like 0, 0. But then they both understand living in 2 separate rooms is not the ultimate platform of ideal family. There are families who don't talk to each other for 4 years also, you know that? There are people like that, foolishly. They think we can be peaceful by not talking. Is that the correct understanding? No. But then they understand that you put aside your ego, I put aside my ego, let us cooperatively work together, let us lovingly live with each other. That is positive access. So that means suffering, peace, love. Which is topmost? Love. Therefore, Prabhupada said, love is the last word in transcendence. Repeat. Love is the last word in transcendence. Yes. So, and that is what one should work for, pure love. So, the Mayavadis are escapists and the karmis are exploiters. Both are bhukti and mukti, we call it. Bhukti, mukti, pishachi, bhukti, mukti, spruha yavat, pishachi iti vartate. Rupa Goswami says this. Srila Rupa Goswami says, bhukti, mukti, spruha yavat, pishachi iti vartate. That means if you try to exploit or escape, both are condemned. Only prema is glorified, the scriptures. And that prema is so great, where one does not want anything. Okay, you all think about yourself, your mother, father, when they come to airport, you go to pick them up, you take their luggage. You know, even if luggage is heavy, you will carry. How many of you will carry your parents' luggage? Even if it is very heavy also, correct, no? Even if you are sweating and fuming, you will carry. Why do you carry? Why do you take trouble? That is called burden of love. Do you tell them to carry or you carry? You will carry. Because naturally you feel that, you love them. Therefore, you're ready to take the burden on behalf of them. So that's the nature of love. Imagine a small kid is crying at midnight, kwa, 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 and the mother is changing the diaper, and the mother has lost her sleep. You go and tell the mother, see, this child is too naughty and too mischievous. Every day he doesn't let you sleep at night. Hand over the child to your orphanage. Will the mother agree? She will give a big slap to you. Correct, no? She knows that the child is giving trouble, but that trouble is also out of love. She feels that I don't mind losing my sleep, sacrificing my sleep for taking care of the child. Similarly, in love of Krishna also, a devotee can endure any amount of trouble to serve Krishna. That is the real platform in which we go back to Godhead. Going back to Godhead means having awakened that love. Right now, that love is not seen by us in our heart. At least we should like Krishna. If liking is also not there, then one platform below that is having doubts about Krishna. At least we should begin clearing those doubts. One should not maintain the doubts. So, see, one boy was telling, Prabhuji, when I hear these pastimes of Krishna, I become very angry. He said, as what is it? One day, in Bhagavatam, you read the pastime. One day morning, Krishna went with his covered boys and went behind the house of one of the gopis and released the calves. And the calves started running and drinking the milk of the cows. Then the gopi serving in the kitchen, she shouted to her husband, hey, look at Kana, he has released our calves. And they're all drinking milk. If they drink all the milk, it is not good for the calves. Go and see the calves. So the Gopa is running to see the calves and to tie them up. So Gopi is also going running to tie the other calves. And immediately Krishna Balaram enter the house and they steal butter. By the time the Gopi comes back to the kitchen, they all jump through the window and run away. One boy heard this pastime and he became very upset. Prabhuji, why is Krishna stealing butter? If he wants butter, he should go and ask and take. Why is he stealing? You see, he doesn't know. In Vrindavan, there is another pastime. One day, Krishna and Balram and covered boys, they were all standing under the shade of a tree, aiming at one house where they wanted to go and steal butter. And that gopi of the house was little inattentive. The opposite side house of the gopi shouted, hey gopi, look at Kana and friends. They all have come to loot your house today. Your butter will be gone. When Krishna and Balram and covered boys heard it, they all were biting their tongue like that and they all ran away from there. Because now they're exposed now. So they went to the next lane. So there they were planning to steal butter in another house. So when they were waiting to target at one house, in that place the situation was different. Another gopi in the opposite side, she called Krishna, hey Kana, come here. And she showed a big gola of makan. She showed butter and said, Kana, come here. Why to steal? I will give you. Come here. I'll give you. Krishna was looking here and there and friends asked, hey Kana, she is calling. Why didn't you go and take it? Krishna said, you see, already I extended my hands and got one arms and I'm criticized for so long now. He said, which one? When I came as Vamandev, I only asked for 3 steps. And just because I took 3 steps, people are criticizing that I cheated Bali. So therefore, I have decided that I will never extend my arms and take. I will only work hard and take. What is the work hard? Work hard and take means steal in the homes. So when we tell these pastimes, this boy used to ask, oh, this I cannot accept. Krishna must be honest. See, these fellows have no flavor of rasa. You know what is the meaning of rasa? To understand rasa, I will give you a mundane example, you will understand. Once some of our devotees went to Yatra, Vrindavan Yatra with my spiritual master. In that place, two friends went to one Giriraj Son Babdi shop. You know Son Babdi shop? How many of you know Son Babdi, what it is? You know Son? Yeah, yeah. So they were thick friends, both of them. Huh? So one of them was purchasing 2 boxes of Son Babdi. So his other friend asked, "Oh, you have purchased 2 boxes. I think one for you, one for me, right?" I said, he asked. That fellow said, "Who said the one for you? Huh? This one is for me, and another one is for my uncle. Mama, their mama kili." Ha ha ha, they both laughed and they went. And after 3-4 days, when the yatra ended, when they were about to leave, this other friend found that the friend who purchased the 2 boxes, he has kept 1 box in his suitcase. And his fellow was surprised. Then he saw one the friend took for himself, one he kept in his box. Then he asked him, "Hey, that day I asked you 2 boxes, one for me, one for you. You joked and told me that it's for your uncle, mama के लिए बोला. अभी इधर क्यों रखा तुमने?" He asked, "Why have you kept it here?" He said, "अरे मामा कौन है? तुम ही मेरा मामा है." He said, "You are my mama." He just joked like that. So, with whom can you joke like that? Somebody who is your very intimate friend. You can say that it is not for you, and then you can give him also. Correct, no? You do that. On the other hand, if you have a formal friendship, imagine if a friend is giving you a Son Babdi box, you will take out some money, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, and give it to him. Because you purchased and gave me. At that time, I didn't have money. Now here is my money, you take it. Even in ticket also people do that, correct? The buses and all, when you go, if a formal friend is buying a ticket, you will pay him back, correct? And an informal friend is buying ticket, you will not pay him because he is like your family member. And then another time, you will buy ticket for him and he will not pay you. How many of you understand what I'm saying? So similarly, Krishna's dealing with Vrijavasis is formal or informal? Informal. He's doing this kind of leelas. So therefore, if we have doubts about Krishna, we should ask and we should get clarification. When doubts are cleared, we will develop a liking for Krishna. And when with liking, we render some service to Krishna and get purified. After the purification, we will fall in love with Krishna. And the goal of all study of scriptures, all the practice of chanting, is all ultimately to fall in love with Krishna. That's the ultimate goal. Now, one of the things in this world where we are living now, we should observe the world and be able to see Krishna in every walk of life. In the Bhagavad Gita, Hare Krishna says, you should see the whole world resting in Krishna's lotus feet and Krishna having entered into every part of the material world. There is no place where Krishna is not there. That's what Prahlad says. See, for example, if you have a pen, anybody has a pen? Now, see, I have a pen here in my pocket. Sometimes I forget that my pen is here. I may be searching everywhere. Did anybody see my pen? I am not able to find. Somebody may say, Prabhu, pen is here only. The pen is. Similarly, Prahlad was looking at his father. Father is asking, where is your Krishna? Show me. Prahlad said, he's in your heart. He's here, right here. Lord Hari is standing in the heart of every jiva. He says, no. Sarvasya chaham hridisam nivishto mattasma jnanam apoganam cha vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. He's saying, hridisam nivishto. In the heart of everybody I am residing. But he could not see. In the same manner, when Hiranyakashipu wrote, God is nowhere. Prahlad took the chalk piece and wrote, cut the word nowhere into half. God is now here. So he told the opposite to the father. You could see like that. So generally people are not able to see God here. I'll tell you the reason why. In the 4th chapter of 9th, in the 4th verse of 9th chapter, Krishna says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. See, the sun and sunlight are non-different, it is said. Shaktiman and Shakti. Sun is Shaktiman. And sunlight is, they are non-different. For example, if I say the sunlight has come into my room, is it that sun has come into a room? What will happen if sun comes into this room? No, we can't survive. We can't sit, we will be burned down. Sunlight has come into the room. Now you may say, Prabhuji, but just now you told sun and sunlight are non-different. But now you are saying sun has come into the room and sun I mean, sunlight has come, sun is not there. Yes, sun and sunlight are simultaneously non-different and different. Hmm. So this is a very deep principle that Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita. Like for example, Tata company, if you go, the Sumo's Tata name is written, tables Tata name is written, fans Tata name is written, the buildings Tata, everywhere Tata, 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 Tata you see. Tata is all pervading. Where? In Tata's company. But Tata has his identity also. He's sitting in one office. Similarly, Krishna's identity is Goloka Nivasati, Akhilatma Bhuto. He is pervading the entire universe, but he is also sitting in the Goloka Vrindavan. But Krishna says, Nachaham Teshavastita, I am not there in them, he says. Why he says I am not there in the material world? Because material world is a place where the jivas don't love Krishna, but they want to exploit Krishna, and Krishna will not allow himself to be exploited. Therefore, he gives his energy. Take my energies and you exploit as much as you want. Whenever you love me, I am there for you. Therefore, wherever you do Krishna Kirtan, wherever you do Krishna Katha, wherever you genuinely serve Krishna, there only Krishna comes. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta, tatra tishtami narada. Naham vadhami vaikunte yogi nama deshu, he says that. So, therefore, Krishna is not easily accessible in this world for the conditioned souls because he will not allow himself to be seen by those who have not yet developed Seva Bhav. If you have Seva Bhav, you will see Krishna. If you have Bhoga Bhav, you cannot see Krishna. Like one time a teacher asked the students, you all know 50 rupee note, 100 rupee currency note. Do you know there is one person's picture in that? Anybody knows? So when teacher asked, children said, no madam, we don't know. Teacher said, one old man it is, you don't know. They said, no, we don't know. And that fellow wears specs also, you don't know. They said, we don't know. That fellow shaven head also, you don't know. They said, we don't know. Why? Because they only saw the amount of money. This is 50 rupees, 100 rupees. So when you see the currency note with the enjoying mentality, you only see the amount. You don't see the person. Of course, she is saying Gandhi because she has Seva Vritti. Those who have Seva Bhav in this world, they will not only see Krishna's energies to enjoy, they will also see Krishna is the master of these energies. They will see that. So, without knowing the master of the energies, if you see only the energies to enjoy, then you are called exploiters. You understand, no? So, how do you know that? See, for example, when you drink a cup of milk, how many of you think of the cow when you are drinking the cup of milk? You should say, Go Mata ki Jai, and then you should drink the milk. Because Gomata is only giving. See, cow's milk is a substitute for mother's breast milk. Do you know that? It's very, very pure milk it is. So the cow's milk is a separated energy of the cow. Similarly, Similarly, when you hear Prabhupada's recordings, how many of you feel Prabhupada's presence? Correct, no? Yeah. So that is separated energy of Prabhupada, the sound vibration of Prabhupada. Similarly, a child is returning from the school and asking their Mama, Papa has come or what? And the child is finding the shoe of the father, and the coat of the father, tie of the father, and the specs of the father on the table. And the child knows my papa has gone to the washroom to take a bath. But by seeing this coat, suit, boot, tie, immediately the child remembers what? Father. Immediately. My father is. He has not yet seen the father. But by seeing these items, the child is able to remember the father. That means seeing the separated energy of Krishna, we can remember Krishna. One devotee told Prabhupada, Swamiji, the setting sun is very beautiful, isn't it? And then Prabhupada looked out of the car. Prabhupada said, yes, setting sun is beautiful. How much more beautiful the person, Krishna, who has created this beautiful sun? Why didn't you think about that? Prabhupada said, how much more beautiful he must be. So Prabhupada saw Krishna behind the energies in this world, behind all these energies. So in this world, the compassionate nature of Krishna's creation should be observed by us for us to love him. This is the last part of the lecture. I'm going to conclude now. Observe the world around you and look for Krishna in this world. How many of you know what is a concentration camp? And how is a jail different from a concentration camp? Anybody knows? Concentration camp was there during the Second World War, Hitler's time. Prabhuji can tell. Yes, loudly can speak, Prabhu. Okay,
They have this gas chamber, all this, what business inside, these gas.
Correct.
That's it. Whereas the
It is still there, those places?
sorry,
Those places are still there.
you can see the marks on the walls where the prisoners are running, the scratches of the wall.
Oh.
No, not today.
World War II time, Germany time, Hitler killed 10 million people by putting them in gas chambers. So the goal of concentration camp is to simply kill people, isn't it? And how is a jail different from a concentration camp? Yeah. Where is sound coming from? Raise a hand. Yeah, Ismanji. Their goal is to reform the people in the jail. Whereas in concentration camp, is there a chance for reform? They will say, you are a Jew, you are born in Jewish family, so you have to die, that's all. There is no chance for reformation. Correct, no? Okay, what else difference concentration camp and jail? Some more differences. Any other differences? Facilities are provided. Like what facilities? Yeah, they have food 3 times a day. If some prisoner gets sick, they also have a medical facility also. Doctor also goes there. And they are given clothing or not? Yes, they are given some checked shirts and all. They give dress, they give food, they give medication, and they expect the prisoner to reform and become a better person. And then after some time, there is also a release. Correct, no? So this material world Krishna has created, is it looking like a concentration camp or like a jail? Jail. Because here also you see Krishna is giving us food. Huh? And not ordinary food. Do you think Krishna is giving you only rice? Along, he knows very well my children will want to eat very nice foods. They have a long tongue. Huh? He knows. Therefore, you will find he has given so many spices like miri, hing, elaichi, ginger, pepper, so many things. No, jeera, correct. All these spices also. He has also given rice. He has given wheat, and he has given 6 types of juices also. Like you see, there's a pineapple juice, apple juice, grapes juice. There is a mango juice, and something very medicinal also like Karela juice, like bitter gourd juice. Or you all know the Charak Samhita gives more than 2,000, 3,000, medicinal herbs. There are many, many medicinal herbs. Like the crow eats the neem seed and passes stool. And the stool along with that comes the neem seed. You know that? Sometimes in the house top you will find the dry neem seed will be drying up in the sun. You just collect it and keep it with you in a box. When anybody gets headache in your house, you just crush it in water and then you apply it like a paste. Immediately headache will be gone in half an hour. This is a home medicine. So there are a lot of home medicines like that. Like neem has medicine, lemon has medicine, turmeric, it has medicine. So in Krishna's creation, he is giving medicine. Actually, he knows very well that although I am giving them nice foods to eat, my living entities will tend to overeat because they have come with the enjoying mentality. So after they overeat, he has given some churnam also for digesting it. Correct, no? Some heritage churnam, some churnam. Correct, no? He has given some medicinal herbs also for curing the diseases, kapha vata pitta diseases. So what all he has provided? You can see his love through the beautiful blossoming flowers, through the ripening fruits, through the grains, the cereals, and the rain showers. Therefore, there is one very beautiful verse which says, Paropakaraya phalanti vriksha, Paropakaraya duhanti gavva, Paropakaraya vahanti nadya, Paropakaraya idam shariram. This says that in material nature, everything is giving without demanding any money from you. Mango trees are giving mangoes without asking money. Cows are giving milk. And the grains are giving ground is giving grains. Sky clouds are giving rains. And you will find abundant facilities for. No scientist can provide these things to you. Think about it. They can only give you nuts and bolts. Or they can give you electronic chips. They can't give you potato chips. Correct, no? Isn't it? But God is giving you potato chips, which you can eat. So you can see his love for us coming through the nature. But why is he supplying food? Are we supposed to eat all these things and enjoy life and die one day? Or why is he providing all these things? Who can say? He captured the point. He says he's providing these things for our reformation. I'll give a little example. Say, how many of your parents will want to see your children become your obedient son or daughter? You would like to see. I'm asking parents, not children. After you marry, you can say. This is only for the parents' question. How many want children to be obedient to parents? Almost, okay. How many parents say, no, I don't care for children, let them do whatever they want? Anybody? Anybody? Not even one, you see. Just as all of you want your children to be obedient to you, why do you want obedient? I'll tell you, because you are their well-wisher. Correct, no? You want to see them properly married, not marrying anybody. You want them to properly get settled in life. You are heart-to-heart well-wisher for your son or daughter. Therefore, you are demanding. If you are demanding your children to obey you, is it wrong for Krishna to demand all living beings to obey him? Therefore, when I asked in one crowd, every mother, father raised their hand. I was telling you obedient. Then I told them. But Krishna says, in the same manner, you all should be obedient to him, I said. They said, wow, this we never thought. People said. So, why is Krishna demanding us to be obedient to him? It is for whose good? For our good. If you align with him, it is for our good. And like if you send your son to engineering college in some other city, put him in some hostel, you will expect him that, 4 years he will study well, get good marks, come out with a degree and come and join your business. Similarly, God wants us to finish our term in the material world, purify our heart and return back to him and join the eternal business. What is eternal business? Simply merrymaking, exchange of love, pure love. He is inviting us all back home, back to, like she was telling, back home, back to God here. So he expects us to do that. Not that you take all this food, eat well and do self-gratification and turn away from him and go far away from him. Correct now? So from nature you can see how he is supplying all these foods and everything. Emotionally, he is giving you support in the form of mother and father's love, in the form of relatives' affection for you. And intellectually, you can see he has supplied, so many fields for you to enjoy. For example, somebody loves mathematics, somebody loves physics, somebody loves this. So many fields are there for living entities want to also do those things along with their aligning with God. So he has given the Varnashrama accordingly. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And spiritually, he has given us Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Quran, and Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, so many things, spiritually speaking. He has come as the holy rivers, holy Divyadesams, holy books, holy prasadam, holy name, holy devotees. Think about all these things. He has given so much to us. So, Krishna's presence should be seen in this world through all these gifts of Krishna. And we should see his compassionate purpose of his creation is to take us back. Ultimately, he is coming in our own heart as what? In our heart, Krishna is coming as Paramatma. Yeah. He's accompanying us. Even if a jiva goes to a pig's body, he goes with him. He never says, no, pig's body is dirty, but I won't come. He doesn't say. Wherever we go, he goes with us. One company had this advertisement. We follow you wherever you go. A dog they put, you know that? Hacha. But even they have a problem of range sometimes. When you go to some place, you will not get that range. But Paramatma definitely follows you wherever you go. There's no place he leaves you. He is with you always, accompanying you every place. So, therefore, let us go back. If you have any doubts, clear the doubts. And then the doubts clearance will gradually lead you to liking for Krishna. When that liking is strengthened by your sadhana and shastric study, then it will gradually, and seva, study, seva, shastric study, seva and sadhana. These three things are very important. They will actually awaken our love in our heart by Krishna's grace. And when that love awakens, then the real life starts, the spiritual life. One last example I will give and I'll conclude. See, we all have seen a winter day morning. In the winter morning, if you see, the sky is very, very cloudy, moist. Like one time I was in the airport. In the morning, it was a cold morning and the flight was not taking off at all. We waited for a couple of hours. I asked the airport fellows, I have a very important meeting. When is the flight going to take off? They said, sorry sir, we can't say. They said, you can't say? What kind of plane are you flying? You can't say. They said, sorry, because it's a very foggy day. Sky is full of fog and it is very chill cold also. So whenever the fog dissipates, when the sun shines, then only flight will take off. They said like that. So when it is cold, you will see people not only wear one shirt, over that they wear a jacket or a coat. Sometimes they take even blanket also. So number of coverings over your body increases or reduces? It increases. when it is a cloudy day and a foggy day. And when the sun starts shining and sun becomes very hot, burning hot, number of coverings reduces or increases. Similarly, when the knowledge of Krishna consciousness awakens, our upadhis, bhautik upadhis, material designations will gradually get uncovered. And when the knowledge shines, and the pure soul will wake up to the reality that I am not the body, I am spirit, soul, and I am Krishna Das. So our coverings have to be removed. Like in the beginning of the class, I told you, we identify a lot with our own car, our own house, our own job, our own field, our own family, friends, relatives. We are covered with all these multiple coverings over. It's called upadhis. But when we become more and more Krishna conscious, we understand that all these things will go away gradually. When the body is taken to the graveyard, the jiva has to go alone, but only one person accompanies him. Who is that? Paramatma, Super Soul accompanies. At that time, you understand that all this sarva upadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesh sevanam bhakti richate. So, we have to, instead of thinking about our material upadhis, think about Krishna's associates. Krishna is my master. Who is Krishna? See, if your attention is here, you will come back to material world. If your attention is here, you will go back there. For example, people go to temple and pray. Oh God, give me good marks. Give me a good bungalow. Give me a good car. Me, mine, my this, my that. Then you are thinking about this only. Whereas if you are thinking about Krishna, Krishna's mother, Krishna's father, Krishna's sweetheart, Krishna's friends, Krishna's cows, Krishna's Yamuna, then if your thinking is here, you will go there. If your thinking is here, we will come back here. So you want this one or this one? This one. See, he's saying this one. Understood that? So you want to absorb your mind in Goloka or be in Bhuloka? That is the purpose of this movement. Think of Goloka, think of Govinda, think of his dear Gomata, think of the spiritual world and go back to God. So, in today's, my main talk was I showed you a video of the spiritual world. And if that becomes our absorption gradually by study of Prabhupada's books, we are rightly placed. Otherwise, modern day life is very, very busy. It makes us think of only material problems. We are always sorting out how to sort out this, how to sort out that. We have to go beyond that. Therefore, Prabhupada gave Krishna book. You read Krishna. How many of you have read Krishna book? Correct? Yeah. So the more you read a Krishna book, the more spiritual absorption will increase. Krishna Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna. So we have a special guest over. Yes.
Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.